First opened in 1975, resurrected in 2006, we welcome you inside the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints, here in downtown New Orleans. So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Ready, ready! Trap 60, trap 60! Ready, ready?
Looking to throw to get started, it's Rattler. There's Johnson, the tight end. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles! Dragon 60, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates! Go!
Throwing now is Rattler. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
And Cup 19, Cup 19! Ready?
Rattler now back to throw. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Now the Patriots are going to use their first timeout.
Okay, break!
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10.
Ready? Warrior 70. 19 Lion. Check go.
Throwing is Rattler. That's deep for Olave. He's got it. And he will score. Chris Olave. Touchdown Saints. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. Terrific way to start this one, Greg, on the opening drive. Getting the ball in the air, down the field, and into the end zone for 6.
We wondered all week, Mike, if this secondary would get tested, especially as the game progressed. Well, we didn't have to wait very long. I mean, a big play early, and we got ourselves a 6-0 ball game.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. A safe kick taken at the 5. And not much doing on this return. Good coverage. They're just stopping in his tracks right at the 15-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. No, no. Check, check. Get up.
They'll run with the 2nd-round pick in the April draft. And he'll get about 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's going to have that first down. Tackle made up at the 30.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
He'll manage only a couple. Alontae Taylor is there for the stop. 2nd down and 8. They'll go play action with May. That's complete to Ramondre Stevenson out of the backfield. A gain of 21 on that pass play. Good for a Patriots first down.
And I think this is going to be a matchup they exploit the rest of the game. They go to it here early to test it. And I think with those results, it's something they should continue to come back to, because I'm not sure the defense has a matchup for that running back.
May now on 1st and 10. Open man. That's the tight end, Hunter Henry. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
We've now seen this quarterback show that he can beat you from both inside and now outside of the pocket. The ability to use his legs to flush out and buy time for his receivers. They uncover downfield, leads to a big pickup.
He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Christian Harris there on the stop. They face 2nd down and 7.
60 back, 60 back. Come on, set. Stop low 18. Go.
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He finds De'Ami Brown. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll run, and this is Ramondre Stevenson. It'll be a short pickup down to the 22 with Justin Reed up from his safety spot to make the stop. 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, it's May. That one complete to Brown. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells. So they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. To throw now, May. Hit as he threw it, and the pass is incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Throwing on second down, May. A short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
He's got it at the 3. And he's in. Luke Musgrave. Touchdown, New England.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll get it going on the ground with Miller. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Here's Rattler. Open man down the field. It's Olave. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. On the handoff, this is Miller. And the Saints are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script.
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A try here for the extra point. It's up and through. The Saints will move out to a 14-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Throwing on first and 10 is May. That is intercepted. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick 6.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Now, May. He'll try to hit him with a screen. Room to run past the 30. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick 1st down.
Let's go.
One quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. The Saints out on top. More from New Orleans after this. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10.
Come on, set. 65 back, 65 back.
Here's a run going left. And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6.
19, Tiger, 19, Cougar, 19, go! Let go.
From out of the gun, here's May. To the left side, it's caught by Brown. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Let's go now.
To the ground, a 1st down run. And he'll power it. Push the pile forward. It's a gain of 2. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8.
Buffalo 18. Set. 19 tight, 19 tight. Get up.
To throw is May. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
He'll go right and find his running back.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the 1st down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on 4th down is at an all-time high.
That is Musgrave, the man in motion. They're going. It's May. That's going to be caught. He is in. Luke Musgrave. Touchdown, Patriots. So that's his 2nd touchdown of this one, and he's got a half dozen for the year. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground, and he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Now Rattler gonna throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack. It is 3rd and 10.
18, Pioneer. Trap 60, trap 60. Dragon 60. 7 Pirates, go.
Looking to throw, Rattler. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Ready.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts. The Saints lining up in punt formation. That is taken at the 10. Oh, looked like he may have hit a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. They'll begin here on the ground. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. May to throw on 2nd down. Now he takes off. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
Mike, anytime you're preparing to play a quarterback like this, the defense has to be prepared to keep him in the pocket. Once he gets out, we can see clearly why he is such a threat with his legs.
To throw on 1st down is May. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Man in motion is Brown. On 2nd down, it's May. That's caught downfield by Diggs. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a 1st down.
Let's go.
He'll try the right side this time. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. So, 2 minutes to play in a back and forth 1st half. Back with more of this Thursday opener after this. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Throwing is May. That's caught. It's Javon Baker. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Now a throw here. It's backwards. He might be looking to throw this. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go, set. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Hurt. Right there, hurt. Ready.
May gonna look to throw. And that's gonna be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Patriots will cut the lead down to 4.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. We'll start the drive with Miller. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Once again, it's Miller. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Here comes 3rd and 6. Throwing is Rattler. That one caught by Smith. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
Up the middle they go. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line. Maybe a yard. Christian Gonzalez comes in for the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Rattler. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. New Orleans' 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. He's got his man. It's Hill. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in our Thursday Nighter to start the new NFL week, as we'll send you over to Orlando Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line. First and 10. That is quickly out to Diggs. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll turn and hand this one off. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Working out of the gun, it's May. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
To throw, it's Rattler. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. A gain there of 27 yards. Rattler now back to throw. A pass taken in by Miller. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. Dell motioning over. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. 2nd and a yard. Here's Rattler. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Marte Mapu.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is May. And he'll be taken down at the 11-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here. It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. That's why they're able to stop them for no gain. What you love about these running backs, Mike, is that their confidence is that they can make every play a big play. But in this case, sometimes you have to know, all right, it's over. cut my losses, try to get back to the original line of scrimmage and survive to the next down, but tries to make this play extended and takes a big loss.
19 right. Set. Left wing 19.
Man in motion is Brown. On 3rd and long, here's May. That's over the middle and intercepted. The defense is having a day. They extend the lead with Greg their second pick 6 of the game.
And that's just something you don't see very often in the NFL, Mike. I mean, you might see a handful of games each year where there's 1 pick 6, but to get 2 pick 6s in the same game, this defense is on fire.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now a return coming from the 14. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
Ready up.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. It's the tight end Henry in motion. May now on 1st and 10. A short throw there pulled in by Musgrave.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Throwing on 2nd down, May. He'll let this go deep for Diggs. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
And Mike, I think as they try to find themselves clawing back in this game, they're going to have to make a concentrated effort here in the second half to continue to get him involved. Give him opportunities in space with the ball in his hand, and chances are, when he has it, good things happen.
Here's May to throw it on 1st down. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
We see this time and time again in the NFL, Mike. You want to play quarterback at this level, you better figure out a way to be able to bounce back following a bad throw, a bad series, a bad game. And in this case, he's got to bounce back from a pick on the last drive, and he's got to find himself some easy completions and settle himself back into this one.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. And in motion, it's Diggs. From the gun, on 3rd down, it's May. He'll look deep here for Diggs.
He's already been a little reckless with his decision-making up until this point, Mike, and now it almost backfires on him again. He has to do a better job of finding the matchups, finding the space on the field so everything is not a forced ball into these tight windows.
They'll go. Here's May. He's got a receiver. That's Baker. And he's going to pick up a Patriots 1st down. They convert in style. Huge play on 4th and long. From out of the gun, here's May. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Luke Musgrave, the tight end, was the intended target there. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
That's caught right side. It's the tight end Musgrave. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal. Very nearly a touchdown. He's going to be marked out of bounds just shy of the pylon. They'll go with the sneak. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Drake May. Touchdown, New England. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes the all-pro returner from last year, Rashid Shaheed. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Finding room at the 35. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Looking to throw, Rattler. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Now Rattler gonna throw. That's taken in left side by Smith. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. We'll try and run here with Miller. 1st down and more. He's inside the 35. They'll get a new set of downs. It's a gain of 19. They'll come up here 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. So no. Second down and 8.
Set. Mustang 19. Ready.
They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Panther 60. Panther 60.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. His 2nd catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a 1st down.
19 tight. 19 tight. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Ready.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. This throw left side taken in by Johnson.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Ready. Set go.
Now faking the give. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. 3rd and long.
79 Bronco. Hurt.
Throwing is Rattler. And that is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He'll take a shot downfield for Musgrave. And that is incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Throwing on 3rd down is May. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Here we go.
That's going to be caught. Strong. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line.
Cougar 19. 7 Tigers. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Come 19. Come 19. Ready?
Here's May again. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
May to throw again. He'll go right and find his running back. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
60 Eagle.
That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. And he's very close to a 1st down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
60
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That's 3. 3rd time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 6.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Let's go.
Throwing now is Rattler. Going down the middle of the field, and he's got his tight end. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line. To throw, it's Rattler. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Saints. Point after, coming up here. The kick is good. And the Saints will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and we'll come out to the 20-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's May. He'll let this go deep for Diggs. That is brought in. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 80 yards. Touchdown, New England. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance. But can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting? I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on two-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Shaheed now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 12 yards on the gain. That's good for a quick first down.
Let's go now.
They'll stay on the ground. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Whistles here. We have another stoppage. Timeout called by the defense with 1:53 remaining. They face second down and 7. They'll drop to throw. He runs with it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Now, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the first down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
Here's Rattler. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down. New England going to take their second timeout. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Set. Go.
Rattler now back to throw. He lets one go. Looking for Shaheed.
I can tell you from firsthand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero with a deep touchdown. Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and try again.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. The offense staying put. They will go for 2. And he is not going to get in. Stop on the try for 2. The lead remains right where it is. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This will be returned from the 2. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's May. He'll look deep here for Diggs. That's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. And the Saints force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27-yard line.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
The defense had their sights set on making a big play one way or another. First, it was the initial pressure. They thought they had the quarterback for a sack, but then they get their hands on the ball, and I think if you're this offense walking back into the huddle, Mike, an incomplete pass there is probably the best possible outcome.
Taking a shot downfield for Smith. Oh, the defender able to get his head around and intercept it. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
18 left, 18 go. Riggs. 79 Broncos. 70 Rangers, 18 Pioneer. Hut.
Throwing on 2nd down. May. He'll take a shot downfield for Musgrave. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So this one, a win for the Saints. They're able to